Don't get me wrong, personally, I love to get on a plane. I mean, who doesn't love to travel? But after hearing some of the things on this list, I'll probably need some time to get a few mental images out of my head. One thing's for sure, after watching this, you will never look at flying the same way again. Here are 5 crazy secrets flight attendants won't tell you. But before we take off, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay curious. Number 5. The dirtiest part of an airplane. Some of us have been flying for a long time. If you're one of these people, have you ever found yourself asking what the dirtiest part of the plane is? Is it the lavatory where people answer the call of nature? Or could it be the cargo area that carries all our luggage? The answer is none of the above. The dirtiest part of the plane is actually the folding tray provided for each passenger. Yes, it's where you have your snacks and coffee. It can also be a table to place any of your in-flight distractions like books, gadgets, and magazines. Unfortunately, flight attendants have seen more than that. This includes some people drooling, sneezing, and changing diapers. And I'm sorry, but placing dirty diapers where you eat just doesn't sound right in any way. The worst part is, and some flight attendants have confirmed this, they are only clean about once a day. So some advice? It would be wise to have some disinfectant wipes ready for every flight. Number 4. The tap water. Back in 2004 and 2012, tests conducted by the Environmental Protection Agency claimed that more than 1 out of 10 planes had contaminated drinking water, and there are thousands of planes in operation daily. The contaminated water tests positive for high levels of coliform, which in other words is bacteria found in human feces. And don't think a coffee or tea would save you from this disturbing situation, as the water used when you order coffee, tea, or water in flight will most likely be the same. So how do we go about this? For short flights, maybe just sleep it off and wait until you get to a proper store or filling station when you land. For longer flights, ordering bottled water or sticking to soda or canned drinks can do the trick too. And pass on the ice too. Number 3. Why they really dim the lights. This is a common occurrence during takeoff and landing. They dim the lights, and with all that cold air blowing with it, it actually feels nice and relaxing. So much so that there are most likely 1 to 2 passengers in each flight who fall into slumber when this happens. Only, they don't dim the lights to help the passengers to relax and drift off. In fact, once you find out why they dim the lights, you will probably never close your eyes during the first few minutes of a flight. Truth is, turning down the lights is actually a preparation for our vision. Why is that? It takes 10 to 30 minutes for our eyes to fully adjust from the first absence of light to a darker setting. So, they dim the lights, so the passengers can most likely see more clearly in the dark. And in case of a sudden emergency, malfunction or crash, the people's vision would have been adjusted enough already to actually see what's going on, instead of wasting time reaching blindly for that oxygen mask, which you need to put on immediately if you want a higher chance of surviving. While preparing for the worst is a smart move, it sure is scary to think about. Number 2. The oxygen masks only lasts for 15 minutes. And speaking of oxygen masks, did you know that these things actually last for 12 to 15 minutes? So, how do you carry on with breathing the moment the mask they teach you to use before each flight fails to supply you with air? You can't. The good news is, all pilots are highly trained to get you to a safe altitude before the 15 minutes runs out. The important thing to do is not panic, and to wear the mask as soon as you're supposed to, or you will most likely pass out if the cabin pressure drops, in case of emergencies. Number 1. Flying your pets on cargo is a horrible idea. If you are a pet lover, you know very well that you wouldn't want to ever leave your furry friends behind, especially for longer travel periods. But studies show that traveling with your pet can be dangerous and threatening to their health and well-being, especially when they have to travel as cargo. The cargo area is the same place we put your luggage and a long list of other freaky things that we'll get to later on our list. But the cargo area, as spacious as it is, usually holds poor ventilation and a lot of air pressure and extreme temperatures, and is actually responsible for quite a number of pet deaths. So maybe it would be wise to leave them with a friend if you can't travel by land. And if you absolutely need to have your furry best friend with you for your own sanity, you can register them as a certified therapy dog, which will give them permission to board the plane with you as a carry-on. Are you freaked out yet, or what? Personally, I would still travel, but I would have to do a great deal of planning and preparation. What would you do to prepare for your next flight? Sound off on the comments below.